Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to the Bradford Save, where this season preview page is changing more times than I can keep up with. Last time out, I mentioned that we dropped back down to 1,000 to 1 to be promoted. Now we've made major inroads and we're up to 750 to 1 to be promoted again. Still 22nd, that's not changed. Something is happening with our team that's made us significantly better. Well, proportionally significantly better anyway, at the very least. There is one other thing on this page that you eagle-eyed viewers might notice, and that is FC Halifax are purple. Yes, we've created a below us affiliate, basically, to send our players on loan without any issues, if necessary. So Jamie Dunk's gone to FC Halifax. Jamie Dunk, of course, one of those youth prospects on this year. For some reason, he wasn't playing in the under-18s, and we already had two centre defenders in that team to start with, so I figured might as well get him playing somewhere. So he's gone to Halifax. And one other thing on this page as well is we now actually have an actual player of Bradford in the key players rather than two lone players, which is nice. So, for how things have been going since we last met with Portsmouth, only 3 games played and 2 goals scored for us. Somewhat disappointing overall, I should say. Now, the Leeds result is the Leeds result looks worse than it actually is. It was a very even game. They just scored 3 goals and we didn't score any, basically. I know that's a weird thing to say, but it was very even. They just took their chances and we didn't, which is why it's 3-0. And 2 of those were in the last 10 minutes as well. So it's kind of a game that partially ran away from us because obviously I tried to push a little bit more once we went down. So it's a little bit of that as well. But it was a very even game in terms of goals. Not in terms of goals, in terms of shots on target and things like that. However, we did follow up by beating Sheffield United 2-0 fairly nicely on that front. I believe Ruiz scored again, and John Roster got his first goal for the club. Both goals scored in the respective injury times of each half, which was nice. And then we lost to Nottingham Forest at home, which is incredibly disappointing, and we don't really want to talk about that anymore. So today's games are West Brom, who you actually just saw on that previous page, as the team that made the most money by selling a lot of players, basically, as they got re-relegated from the Premier League once again back to here as things started when the game began. So we play West Brom away. However, they are not doing amazingly well. They're in 10th. They're actually below us. We're in 7th. And Preston are, I believe, still bottom. Yes, they're still very much bottom of the table. Didn't bother checking that before I started this, professional as I am. By the way, I do very much enjoy those recent forms. Exactly opposite. They are real favourites for this, despite the fact they're below us in the table. Only 3 points behind, in fairness. It is worth noting, by the way, Nottingham Forest and Leeds, the 2 teams we just lost to recently, are 3rd and 4th now. So there is that to not feel too bad about. Now, so here is how we line up against West Brom. Now, in terms of the first 11, pretty much there. The only casualty in the meantime was Adrian Ruiz, who got injured in the Sheffield United game. He's close to fitness, but I don't think he'll be back in time for the next game, which is only in a few days' time. So I don't think we'll be seeing him in today's episode at all. So Saramago naturally slots in there, but thankfully Will Keane returned to fitness just in time to take over on the bench. So that worked out all right. Another injury has sort of happened to, well, an injury happened to our homegrown goalkeeper who's been on the bench, so I've dropped him off for the time being. And we've also had a slight injury to Manny as well on the bench. So what I've done right now is I've just scrapped the goalkeeper altogether, made our homegrown player Reece Staunton because the under-18s are available right now because it's the middle of the week and they don't play then. So he's there. He's taken the homegrown space on the bench. And I just bobbed Brais Lopez on the bench instead of Manny as a result because Reece Staunton can play on the left-hand side. He's not great at it, but he can go there if necessary. And I didn't really feel like putting Hodgkinson on. So Brais Lopez comes on the bench as well, just in case I feel like doing that. One thing worth noting, by the way, in terms of the bench situation, I know obviously we're not seeing a lot of Saris anymore. And I mentioned he does have a transfer arranged for the January. Kyrgios is actually now recognised as being better than him in terms of star rating. I know it doesn't mean much for a club like ours where we don't have the best judge of character, but Kyrgios is now on the same level as Staunton, apparently. So, and they're both better than Saris now. So that's why Saris is on the way out. So otherwise, we line up pretty much as we always have. Oh, another big mention. Sorry, I forgot this one. Globovic got injured. As does Garcia. not sure if Garcia wasn't there last time around, actually. But Garcia is still injured, and Globovic has gotten injured as well. So Spencer's in goal. He did all right, actually, in terms of... he did all right against Nottingham Forest, except for the fact he did concede one, but it wasn't really his fault. So Spencer did all right in that game. Gibson, Grippo, O'Connor. Actually, you can see he has a 7 rating after one game, so he did all right, apart from obviously the goal he couldn't really stop. Gibson, Grippo, O'Connor, Medina, Ferreira, Norman, Dominguez, Tex and Nichols, Saramago up front. Pretty much our first choice strength, except for right at the front and right at the back. Can't win them all. That's a very weird thing to say in a Football Manager playthrough. To be honest, that kind of sounds like that famous clip of saying, well, we would have won if we just scored more. Well, yes, that's how football works. And West Brom have... Well, they've got a few noticeable players, haven't they? Livermore, Jay Rodriguez, still. I think he's there anyway. Or he's moved from Southampton, I'm not entirely certain where he is right now, as of real life. And they've got Loftus-Cheek. I'm not sure if that's a loan or if they signed him in the Premier League and then they got relegated with him or not. Gave the underdog, well, it didn't really work. I'll go assertive with the faith on this one. Like, come on, guys. Got faith. You're 4-1 to win. To be honest, the way we've been playing, I know we've lost to 3rd and 4th. Essentially, the 3 games we've lost in recent times were against Bristol City, who we've never been able to beat. Oh, sorry, 4 games. I forgot about Bristol. But we lost to runaway Cardiff at the top, and we've lost to 3rd and 4th. We've not played Aston Villa yet, who are 2nd. So, actually, I think the only other team we've lost to this season was Middlesbrough, who are 5th. So, and Dominguez fires wide. Sorry, I got intensely watching on that because I thought something might be about to happen. But we've lost to 4 of the top 5 when we've not played 2nd yet. Not a bad statistic, really. Grippo on the ball out to Dominguez, who smacks the post, and Saramago wasn't there to pick up on that, unfortunately. Well, Bristol City are right behind us, by the way, on the table, so we've not lost to bottom half opposition yet, which is something. Zeknini on the ball out to Ferry. A lot of I names there. Loftus-Cheek, Livermore, out to Bartley. And he could swing that in if we hadn't closed him down very well, to be honest. Livermore, who will get it back out to him. But they're sort of just passing around on that far side. He managed to get a cross in. That's dealt with. Loftus-Cheek back on it. Back with Ferry. Still with them. Plenty of space on this side for Zeknini to do something. Rodriguez is free and he scored. That was very patient and very well done by them. I can't really criticise too much, apart from obviously the defenders who let Zeknini and Rodriguez, respectively, the time to do that. Can't fault the effort up until that point, and then we just switched off defensively when it came to him. Actually, seeing it in 3D, Carwyn Spencer, not his best moment. That possibly should have been better from our goalie there. However, he's on the goal kick right now. Just plays it out to the O'Connor, as instructed. Plays to centre defenders. Norman in the middle has plenty of space here, in fairness, if he decided to actually move with the ball. Tex is on it, but gets tackled by Livermore. Gibson's there to collect, however. Back with Tex, who should be able to centre that a little bit more. And we should be able to work our way across here. Medina made an excellent run, similar to the Zignini situation. However, number 11, Saramago, not doing as great with the end of the cross. Medina back on the ball, though. Well, there was plenty of space to get that in. Still manages to do so. Saramago connects with this harder cross to get with there and misses. This is not amazing for us. You can see Carwyn Spencer there, 6.9, not doing too badly despite conceding again. He's providing a little bit of dilemma, this situation, because I was expecting our 2 goalies that we brought in, the 2 young goalies, to take a little bit while to get up to speed, which is why they've gone out on loan, respectively, one each season. But not doing too badly and sort of staking a claim a little bit. I think Globovic is still better stat-wise, and obviously we did very well with him in over the past few weeks before this. Show me something else in the second half. Well, that worked. Don't want to get angry because I don't think we played amazingly badly in any stretch. I mean, losing to West Brom right now does put them on, well, level with us and better because of goal difference. We've not done too badly in conceding. very low. We're very high up on the lack of conceding table, but we've dropped right down the scoring table. We weren't doing too badly in the early stages, but we've dropped right off that, unfortunately. And this game is sort of running away from us. By the way, I did mention Norwich early in the season as having a great start. They've well and truly bottled it already. They're pretty much in the relegation spots already. And as you saw there, if you pay attention, they're losing 4-1 to Millwall. So they've sacked Steve Bruce, who was in charge. Now, no one's having an absolute shocker right now, which is... I mean, I count under 6.5 as a shocker. So the thing with Saramago is he's got excellent heading. So what I'm going to do here is maybe switch up to wingers. And Nichols can't play on the left. So what I'm going to do here is put it on wingers, and Burries Lopez is amazing at that, so I'll get him on the pitch. Okay then, that works out nicely. Like, Nichols isn't having a bad game, but I want to get Saramago a little bit more service. I feel like we're not attacking enough, just in general. I'll leave Lopez on support just because he's not as good as with the attack situation. I don't think we really need to freshen anything up otherwise. No, everyone's still fairly decent on the fitness front. We've still got about half an hour to go. But I need to make some change here. Definitely switch the balance as well. I just need to do something that will make an impact right now, because whilst we've got the possession, we're just not having the shots. And well, nothing's happened, so... I am going to bring Will Keane on. He's slightly worse at... Oh, God. He's slightly worse at that. So what I'm going to do is bob him on at advanced forward. He's slightly worse at headers, but he's still pretty good with headers. And if we ever have to take a penalty, then we've got our 16 penalty taker on there. And 30 minutes to go. Yeah, we'll make the third change as well. Norman is just on the lower end of fitness, but thankfully Jim O'Brien's on the bench to take over in the Mazzala role, which he loves. And we all know Jim O'Brien wins games. Well, I say wins games, salvages games. That's the phrase I was looking for. However, they're on the ball now, which I don't really appreciate, because Rodriguez has plenty of space over there, but tackled excellently by Ferreira there. Tex on the right now, which is slightly weird to see. Jim O'Brien. Nice to see his name back on the field, really. Gibson, Grippo. I'm not sure how long it's been since you guys have seen him play. He has come off the bench quite a lot recently, but I'm not sure you've seen that happen in games. Dominguez, back to O'Brien, who we know can strike a long shot if necessary, but Lopez there gets it to Tex on the far side, who is offside. So let's not celebrate just yet. How offside was he? Oh, I mean, the lines, I don't think the lines are... They've got a free kick corner, that's what it is. That's hit the bar twice. Oh, it's gone out though, apparently. Hit the bar, bounced far enough over to stay off the bar. I don't really feel like changing anything up. I've switched a few things around. I can't... Other than maybe demanding more of them, there wasn't really much I could do there. 84% pass completion, they just had our number today. Anthony Carr made his 100th league appearance for us. Matthias Norman makes his 200th career appearance. He's not that old, Matthias Norman. So that was quite an achievement. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. So it's a calm disappointment. However, Preston, in 3 days, bottom of the table. Hopefully we can pick up a win here and just get a little bit of momentum back into the club. Because that's 2 1-0 losses on the bounce. Shouldn't hurt our morale too much, but we are down to 10th, which is probably a little bit more accurate for us, in fairness. Well, Preston have just come off drawing with Derby. Sheffield United keep bringing up big wins. Like they don't do small wins at all. 4-0 Reading, 7-0 Derby. That's what it is. It's Derby. Derby don't do things by half. They either win by a large margin, or lose by a large margin, really. I mean, obviously the 7-0, the 4-2, the 5-0 with Leeds there. Derby's a very fun team to watch right now. So the one thing that previous game did actually make me think about was we probably ought to be doing something a little bit more to play on Saramago's heading ability. His jumping reach isn't amazing, but his heading is 16. So I feel like we ought to probably be playing wingers when we've got Saramago up front, just to exploit that maybe a little bit more. Which is pretty good. He does still have 13 finishing though, still, but like I say, his jumping reach isn't amazing. So maybe we get a few early crosses in the box, catch him off guard, use that heading ability to our advantage. We'll be in winning ways here. So otherwise, the team is as it was last time round. Now, a couple of players switched back onto the bench just because the under-18s play today, and I forgot to take them out of the under-18s team. So, good job me. However, everyone is still mostly at, the same kind of fitness they were last time. Gibson, smidge on 92, but they're still 92 is pretty damn good. Likely I might have to swap him out for Manny, which is why I've allowed him back on the bench, even though he's just returning to fitness. But he should be able to play like the last 10-15 minutes, no problem. So the lineup is exactly the same as it was last time around, except for the fact I put Dalcio on because Nichols can't play as a winger on the left. So Gibson, Grippo, O'Connor, Medina at the back, Spencer in goal, Ferreira, Norman, Dominguez in the middle, Dalcio and Tex on the wings, Sal Margot up front. There's a lot of coiffed hair in that team. Decent team talk, and we kick off in the maroon. Preston in the white, of course. And we are starting this game on positive with 3 players on attack mode. Their left back is already on the tired side-ish. So actually, both of their fullbacks aren't doing amazingly well for fitness right now. So perhaps we ought to exploit those sides a little bit more. If things don't go our way, then I'll definitely be looking into that, as the game does continue with literally nothing happening. Grippo taking this free kick because why not? Dalcio charges and misses. That's the highlight so far. However, this highlight has started just after a corner has been taken, which is curious. Oh, he's been sent off straight away. He's been sent off straight away. Didn't get to see the resulting free kick. Let's go attacking then, because why not? If we don't win this game now from when they've had a sending off, that's just... I mean, we're a man up and we still can't score. Assertive, I'm far from pleased. Get out there and sort this out, will you? There we are. It doesn't help that our top scorer, who scored a third of our goals, is injured right now. I really wish I had a player who could play AMC right on the bench right now, because this is one of those moments. One of their players is now injured as well. O'Connor at the back. The goalie fumbles it, but manages to keep it out. In fact, there's a player who's come on and has then got injured. So I'm just changing things up a little bit just to exploit that width a little bit more. Dalcio is not having the greatest of games, but I'm sort of aggrieved to take anyone off at this point. And we're having way more shots now, so hopefully we can get this ball into this goal soon. Demand a bit more. Come on. Did that even do anything there? Oh, there we are. It's kicked in now. Norwich are 5-0 down at home to QPR. I really feel for Norwich this time round. I'm not sure if they're going to make it, but Ferreira on the ball here. Dominguez in the middle. Plenty of space. Hoofs it from there, and that's a goal. I will switch to just positive right now because whilst I would love a goal fest right now, I do not want them to counter-attack and get us. So we'll stay positive because we are a man up. We should be able to retain the possession for the most part. But Ferreira here just gives it to Dominguez, who has 2 acres of space. And, well, there we are. That's in the goal. It's a bit sad that we took that to get it in the goal, but I will take a wonderful goal any day of the week. And, I mean, Dalcio has been disappointing. Now, the situation here is none of the players I have on the bench are decent at that. So I feel like Tex is the best option there, and then maybe we can bring Nichols on this side, and that's the best thing I can do with that. Sal Margot is still not having a great game. So, 10 minutes, yeah, solid. Keane can have that. And 10 minutes to go. Yeah, everyone else is doing all right, really. Even Gibson's doing all right for fitness, so I'll just leave everything as is for now, and if anything happens, it gives me a sub. But to stay positive, maybe something will happen in these last few minutes. Doesn't look like it is, but despite winning, we've only moved up 1 place. Let's do the 2 subs today by the looks of things. Goal kick taken. What was a incredibly dull game. There were literally, 4 highlights in total. I'm not sure why that guy from goal is predicting a draw. Honestly, we should have done better. And I'm very much going to say we got away with it. Yeah, you look confused, but that's because you scored. In fact, I will give you a team talk. You did wonderful. How are you more confused when I say I'm proud of the winning goal? So you're the one person I'm pleased of. I mean, you've got the best morale anyway, so who cares? End team talk. Let's get out of here. Sometimes I don't understand team talks. We were man up for 2/3 of that game, dominated it, and we won 1-0 from a wonder strike. How can I be anything other than saying that's a let-off? So, as I mentioned last time around, I was looking to bring you back at the end of December for the Saturday-Monday situation here. Now, that's Derby at home, who we've seen don't have boring matches, so hopefully that's a more entertaining match than we had there with Preston. I mean, honestly, if you're paying to watch us right now, then I'm sorry. We've not drawn since Reading, who was 6th. So since this Brentford game, in fact, the only teams we've dropped points against are top 6, which actually isn't a bad record, to be honest. But yeah, Derby and Wigan, as we've seen, Derby don't have dull games, and Wigan are in the same kind of area, bottom half of the table, but away from home. And we're not the best away, apart from in September. I'll stop talking now and just say thank you guys for watching. Until next time, ta-ra.